Happy Thanksgiving. As this episode comes out, it will be Thanksgiving. So if you're listening in real time, I hope that you have a fantastic day, that you celebrate with family, make good memories, enjoy some good food. If you are listening in the future, I hope that your Thanksgiving was good. Now, I don't know about you, but my family always looks forward to the sales. I get requests from both grandmothers actually, to get my kids' wish lists ready. And so today, let's talk about your wish list. Let's talk about what a woman with Hashimoto's wants. And the biggest thing that I hear is you want your life back. You want to feel like yourself again. You want the energy, brain clarity, the stability, the confidence. You want all of that back. And so that is at the top of your wish list. And today we're going to talk about different strategies to make that happen. Welcome to the Health with Hashimoto's podcast. This is where you will find clarity and simple, sustainable strategies to feel better. I want to help you figure out your root causes. My name is Esther Yunkin. I am a registered nurse. I spent about 17 years in the emergency department, and then I got sick and tired of putting Band-Aids on chronic things. I went back to school, and now I have been in holistic health education for about 10 years. I know how exhausting it is to live with fatigue, brain fog, and the ups and downs of Hashimoto's. And that is why I'm here. I'm here to cut through the confusion and to give you practical steps that support your body, calm your immune system, so that you can regain your energy and feel like yourself again. When you schedule a holistic Hashimoto session with me, one of the first things that you'll see on the wellness wheel worksheet that I give you, it asks, what is your top goal? What really matters to you? And that is what we pursue. And here's just some of the things that people say. I want more consistent, sustainable energy throughout the day. I don't want good days and crash days. I want constant good days. I want improved mental clarity, better mood stability. I don't want as many emotional swings. I want to feel like my gut. I want to feel less bloating. I want to lose weight naturally or stop gaining weight. That's a huge one for people who meet with me. You want to feel warmer. That's one of mine. That's why I bought a far infrared sauna, because I want to feel warmer. You want improved sleep quality. You want to wake up feeling rested. How about reduced joint and muscle pain, and then fewer autoimmune flare-ups? You want to feel like yourself again physically. You also, perhaps this is on your wish list or your requirement list when you're looking for a provider, you want to feel understood instead of dismissed. You want to have less frustration and fear around your health. You want to feel empowered to make decisions instead of overwhelmed by conflicting advice. Totally understand that. You want to feel calm and in control even when you have symptoms. You want to have increased hope about your future, about your health future. You also maybe want to know what foods work for your body without second guessing at every single meal. You want to have a simple, doable plan for supplements. You want to know exactly what is good for you at this time. There's so many things that you want, but it kind of all boils down to you want to feel like yourself again. And so let's talk about some things that you can put on a physical wish list that people can buy for you, because throughout the 100 and something episodes, we've talked about different root causes and then strategies to address those. If you want the ultimate, then enroll in, it's getting a new name and I am redoing it. Right now, it is the Holistic Hashimoto's course. It's getting a whole new everything. If you are on my email list, you already saw that this morning. I popped it into your email box. If you are, again, in real time on Thanksgiving Day, it's coming tomorrow. Sorry, Black Friday. If you're looking in real time, then on Friday, head to healthwithhashimotos.com. And then right at the top, there will be a link to the deal page and you'll be able to see that. So it is the Holistic Hashimoto's course. I am totally redoing it from the ground up, turning it into a private podcast because I have heard from the overwhelmed that you want something even simpler. So a private podcast that you can just listen. You don't have to watch a video. It's going to be awesome. So that course, even in the redesigned or in the old, it's going to help you figure out exactly what you can do. The physical, the actionable, the dietary things that you can do so that you can address the root causes so that you can feel like yourself again. But what about products? What can you put on your wish list? Let's go big first, right? A far infrared sauna. I got that last year when my grandpa died and left a little bit of an inheritance. One thing I love about the far infrared sauna is number one, it helps the symptoms. I always feel cold. I don't know about you, if you always feel cold, but I always feel cold. So I love that I can just jump in my sauna for even 5 minutes and warm up. And I warm up like from my bones, I warm up from the inside. Not everybody can understand what that feels like when even your bones are cold. If you have Hashimoto's, you might be able to relate. So I love to be able to jump in my sauna for 5, 10, 15 minutes. If I really want to get some toxins out, so there's a root cause, the far infrared sauna helps with the symptoms of feeling cold, but then it also helps with the root cause of environmental toxins that your body is holding onto. And so when you get in there for 15 to 20 minutes, you can really get those out. Now, the one that I got is called Relax, and it is one of the purest as far as the wavelengths and the amount of far infrared. Because, like most things on the market, manufacturers they can cut corners, and you might not be getting 100% far infrared. You might be getting a mix, and yet they say it's far infrared because there's a little bit of far infrared. You can't see it, so you kind of have to trust them. So the one I got is Relax. It is a very good quality. I love that my head is out because that way I can stay in longer. I also love that it's portable. I have mine set up in my bedroom right now because then I can just hop in for 5 minutes and warm up a little bit before I go to bed. Yes, ideally, when you go to bed, you will be cooler, but I think frozen and inability to sleep because you're too cold is also a problem. So I jump in there for a couple minutes to warm up enough that I can fall asleep sometimes. All right, so a far infrared sauna, you might want to put that on your wish list. Right now, during Cyber Week, during Black Friday, they have a discount. And if you go to my deal page down at the bottom, I have links to different places that I personally use their products that they are having sales. So the Relax Far Infrared Sauna, definitely a fantastic investment in your health. Another thing on the bottom of my deal page is FullScript. FullScript is like the online good quality Amazon for supplements. Good quality being the key word. Please do not buy supplements from Amazon. I have heard from like companies who have bought, quote, their own things on Amazon to do some quality control, and they're counterfeits. Please do not buy supplements from Amazon. Are there good quality supplements on Amazon? I am sure that there are, but there also are counterfeits. So use a place like FullScript. You can go to the deal page for this week. Link is down in the show notes, and you can register for a FullScript account. You will save money in FullScript. If you go into the catalog in FullScript and you look for Esther's favorites, you will see a vitamin D lab kit. It comes to you in the mail. You poke your finger, put some drops of blood on it, send it back. In your email, you find out your vitamin D levels. And if you are addressing your root causes, that is such a simple one to address. You check your labs, and then you adjust. Now, vitamin D is one thing that we really just cannot get from food or sunlight, especially in the winter. In the summer, technically, we can get enough from the sun. However, practically, most people either wear sunscreen or sunblock, or they're indoors most of the day, or even when they're outside, their body is not creating enough vitamin D from the sun. I have talked to even doctors who see people in Florida. I remember he specifically said, like, their skin is so leathery because they're out in the sun all the time. They're elderly now or in their post-menopause. He said, like, they're tan, they're leathery, and yet their vitamin D levels are very, very, very low. So get your level tested and then adjust. My goal for my own vitamin D and my family is between 80 and 100. And that is what I want to see. So we adjust the vitamin D supplements in relation to the labs. That's something that you could have on your wish list. Last I looked, I think it was about $40. And then vitamin D with K2 is also something you could put on your wish list. Put some supplements on your wish list. Why not? If you're getting a vitamin D kit, then depending on their budget of whoever's giving it to you, maybe they want to give you a bottle of vitamin D with K2 in it. And again, that's in my favorites in FullScript. I have looked throughout all of the full script stuff. There are, I think, over 20,000 different things on full script. And I looked at the vitamin D's, at least most of them. I feel like it was most of them. And the one that is in my favorites is the one that I personally use and give to my family. And so when you see that it's there, you can know that I have looked at the amounts, at the types, at the cost to capsule ratio, because I have 6 people in my family. So I want to make sure that I am, spending my money wisely. And that goes for everything in the full script thing. All right, so vitamin D, very, very important thing and a simple thing that you can do at a root cause level. Another thing that makes a difference in your root causes is decreasing stress and increasing gratitude. So, if you missed last week's episode, go ahead and listen to that. But maybe you have somebody who has a very small budget, just put a gratitude journal on your wish list and then use it every day. Spending 5 minutes writing down at least 3 things that you are grateful for changes your brain, and it tells your reticular activating system, the little filter at the base of your brain that tells your brain this is important, or don't worry, don't even notice this. It tells your reticular activating system to prioritize noticing the things that you are grateful for. So writing down 3 things that you are grateful for every single day is going to change your outlook on life. It's going to change your stress level because it's going to help your brain notice the good things all around you. So a gratitude journal is something simple, and on Amazon and in a bookstore, there are so many different varieties and covers and cuteness. I don't know if you love office supplies as much as I do, but looking for a gratitude journal is just really fun because there's so much out there. So gratitude journal is something that you could add to your list. Another thing you can add to your list is some Hashimoto's health sessions. I have a 6-pack that is available if you have somebody in your life who wants to give experiences and help you with better health. That is a perfect thing. So that 6-pack will give us a whole bunch of time together. If you're doing the recommended every other week visits, that will be a month and a half to 2 months. And we're working together to figure out your root causes, to figure out simple and sustainable things, to bring you encouragement every time we get together, to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing, that you feel supported the whole time, and that you're not stuck in that overwhelm. So a pack of 6 sessions helping you feel like yourself again is a fantastic thing to put on your wish list. All right, let's go back to another physical product. Have you heard of castor oil liver packs? I can't remember if I talked about them on the tools mini series that we did during this last summer. Every episode I was trying to make it about 10 minutes. We talked about a lot of tools. In fact, if you want wish list ideas, head back to those episodes over the summer where I talked about a different tool every single week. Lots of things to add to your wish list. But a castor oil pack, you can use them anywhere on the body, and they do reduce inflammation. If you use them over the gut and over the liver, it is one of the simplest and cheapest things that you can do to address your root causes. As far as your liver goes, it can improve your detox pathways. Anywhere you put it, like I said, it can reduce inflammation. And then if you put it over your abdomen, over your lower abdomen, it can dramatically help with bloating and constipation. A castor oil pack can be something that you can put on your Christmas wish list for autoimmune flares and for symptoms. And then also, like I said, it can address some root causes because it will help detox pathways. If you type castor oil pack into Amazon or wherever you go shopping, there are a lot of them. The biggest name out there is the Queen of Thrones. I use some clean organic cotton or flannel, or I've just used flannel that I have laying around, like leftover from sewing. And then you put the castor oil on that, put it over your wherever in your body, and then cover it with something that is not going to let the oil through and stain everything. You still might get some stains, so be careful of that. Okay, I just went back and looked at the titles for the topics for the summer episodes. We talked about a water filter, how to choose a good one, sauna, dry skin brushing. That's a nice small little thing that you can give as a stocking stuffer or a a gift to a friend, or put it on your own wish list. We did talk about castor oil packs, coffee enemas is another thing that we talked about, a paper journal. We talked about herbal tea. We talked about activators to help your body do what your body is designed to do. So that would be the dual synergizer from LifeVantage and the Mind Body GLP-1 system. We talked about blue light blocking glasses. Those are all different things that you can put on your wish list. Another program that I have coming up will be opening the Simple Habit program coming up in January. I feel like everybody should have at least one book on their wish list. I have a lot of books on my wish list. Super Gut is one of the best books that I read this year. Everybody who has an autoimmune condition has some gut related stuff going on. I highly recommend the book Super Gut by Dr. William Davis. I have implemented things. I will be talking about that book and about the gut on another episode. Highly recommend that book. Some other books that you might want to put on your wish list. If you want something really scholarly, really deep into the science, then the book Rethinking Hypothyroidism by Antonio Bianco. He's a doctor. That one is a good book. It is very science heavy. He does make it pretty approachable and readable, but it is science heavy. And then another one, it's been out for a while, The Common Rule by Justin Whitmel Early. Fantastic book helping you center your life around different practices. So the common rule, he's not talking about like rules like do this, don't do that, but more like a trellis. And he says, in fact, there's a trellis on the front of the book, a trellis that looks like a calendar. He said, when you're training roses, you have a trellis so they know where to go, how to grow. And from the back of the book, it said, the answer to our contemporary chaos is to practice a rule of life that aligns our habits to our beliefs. The Common Rule offers 4 daily and 4 weekly habits designed to transform frazzled days into lives of love for God and neighbor. Justin Early provides concrete, doable practices, such as a daily hour of phoneless presence or a weekly conversation with a friend. These habits are common, not only because they are ordinary, but also because they can be practiced in community. So that is a book, The Common Rule, another book to add to your wish list if you want to have some books. So come over to our Health with Hashimoto's community over on School and tell us what is on your Christmas wish list. What have I forgotten? What should people add? This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Please discuss any changes with your trusted healthcare provider. To take your next step, join our school community and explore the courses available there. You do not have to figure your health out alone. So that is school, SKOOL.com, and it is the Health with Hashimoto's community. I'll see you next time on the Health with Hashimoto's podcast.